Very big shoes of the departed Joe Louis. Ezzard Charles was the champion, and he had defended his title 6 times before stepping into the ring for the second time with an old man named Jersey Joe Walcott.
March 7th, 1951. Ezzard Charles had won Joe Louis's vacated heavyweight title by defeating Jersey Joe Walcott in 1949. The champion was being criticized for fighting the 37-year-old Walcott. The challenger had lost 3 previous title fights, twice to Joe Louis, and was labeled a 6-1 underdog.
Jersey Joe Walcott, in white, is slightly behind on points, but Joe is always dangerous. A crisp left hook by Charles, and Walcott is down. Joe will take the full count of 9.
Jersey Joe Walcott did rise, but Ezzard Charles won a hard-fought 15-round decision. The crowd actually booed the champion's performance and cheered for the aggressive 37-year-old challenger. After the fight, Walcott accused Charles of every dirty trick in the book. The champion showed a swollen right ear to the press, exclaiming that Walcott had used his laces to cause the damage. A rematch was inevitable. Just 4 months later, Jersey Joe Walcott was given one last chance to dethrone Ezzard Charles. This was his 5th shot at the heavyweight title, and at the age of 37, it seemed an overwhelming task. July 18th, 1951. Jersey Joe Walcott will remember that day forever.
This was the 3rd contest between these two men, and although Charles won both times, each fight was a very close decision. Now keep an eye on Walcott's left. Charles collapses like a sack of grain after that incredibly well-timed punch explodes on his jaw. The champion struggles to rise. He's on his feet, but he stumbles backwards from the continuing effects of that devastating punch.
Jersey Joe Walcott had scored one of the most stunning upsets in ring history. At the age of 37, Walcott was the oldest fighter ever to win the heavyweight title. When the count reached 10, the new champion almost fainted from the excitement. Walcott recovered and said, "I've worked 21 years for this night. I prayed between every round. I asked God to help me." It was a bitter defeat for Ezzard Charles, and the proudest moment in Jersey Joe Walcott's illustrious ring career. 14 months later, Jersey Joe Walcott was still the heavyweight champion, but he was the underdog in his title defense with Rocky Marciano. Walcott was given 40% of the purse and Rocky 20%, with the same provisions for a rematch should the champion lose.
In round 1, champion Walcott in the white trunks comes right out bombing. Joe is a 2-1 underdog tonight, but the 38-year-old champion looks like he's out to end it fast. This is a new experience for Marciano. Usually it's the Rock who's dishing it out. Reading upsets is Walcott's specialty. Jersey Joe would like to finish off Marciano right here in round 1. Walcott gets in with a left hook that floors Marciano. In slow motion, we can see how the champion timed that punch to perfection, shooting it right in with 200 pounds of weight behind it. Marciano is caught flush. His right hand too low to block Walcott's sizzling left hook. This is the first time Rocky has ever been down, but he has the presence of mind to take a night count. Marciano knows that tonight he has a real war in his hands. There was no let-up in rounds 2 through 8, with both fighters throwing haymakers. Here in round 9, this excellent close-up shot shows you the fury of the face. Neither man is letting up for an instant. In rounds 10 through 12, Walcott had a decided edge, and he's definitely ahead on points. Now watch Rocky's right hand.
Walcott later said that as he threw his left jab, blood from his cut eye blurred his vision, and he was unable to see Rocky's crushing right hand. After the fight, Rocky received a hero's welcome from an adoring American public. But the new heavyweight champion was still bitter over the only knockdown of his career. Even though Rocky's purse would be smaller for a rematch, he was hungry for revenge. May 15th, 1953, Rocky was upset over the imbalanced purse. $166,000 for the champion and $250,000 for a 39-year-old challenger. Many ringsiders felt that what transpired in Chicago Stadium was not even worth the price of admission.
It's round 1. Walcott is boxing cautiously. Watch closely for a Marciano right. There it is. Walcott's down. Joe's taking the count. It's all over in round one.
There was tremendous controversy after the fight. Rocky Marciano commented that his right hand was better than the one I hit him with in the first fight. Walcott claimed he blacked out as the count went from 7 to 10. Whatever the case, Rocky Marciano was still the heavyweight champion and an idol of millions all over the world.
In 1956, Rocky Marciano retired as the undefeated heavyweight champion of the world. Larry, how good was Rocky Marciano?
Well, like Larry Holmes, he was good enough to beat everybody they put in front of him, and he didn't duck anyone. Unfortunately, his major fights were against fighters who were over the hill. Joe Walcott twice, Ezzard Charles twice, Archie Moore once, and Charles and Moore were better light heavyweights than heavyweights. But he was a good fighter, a terrific fighter.
After Marciano had retired, that pretty much left the spotlight to a guy by the name of Ray Robinson, who almost